you are moving to San Diego and you're looking for a coastal neighborhood that is still relatively affordable for San Diego, that's where we're going to dive into today. We're jumping into 3 of the top neighborhoods in Oceanside. We're going to give you some insight into each one, the housing, what's around there, and everything you need to know. The third neighborhood is actually brand new. They are building it right now. So we're going to show you that as well and let you know where that one is. And for the price points and what you're getting out there, it's pretty darn affordable for San Diego. So let's get into it right now. So just a quick overview on Oceanside and where we are in San Diego. Obviously, we are a coastal city right here. It does go back pretty far. You're touching Bonsall over here. You're bordering Vista, and then Carlsbad right to the south. Going to downtown San Diego, let's just see from Oceanside to, let's go just to the airport because it's a good jumping off spot. So let's go to the San Diego airport and get a good idea of what to expect. So you're about 42 minutes from the airport. That's from the coast. If you're going inland to some of the neighborhoods we are going to jump into, you're looking about 50 minutes. And that could change. You're going to hit some traffic as you're going through certain areas in here, as you're going up the coast, depending on if you're going north with rush hour or south against it, depending on what, morning rush, afternoon rush, all that. But most of these areas are going to be 50 minutes within San Diego. So not too bad if you're not traveling too much. If you want, like I said, one of those somewhat affordable neighborhoods right here in San Diego. So all 3 neighborhoods are inland a little bit. First one is going to be this Rancho del Oro / Ivy Ranch neighborhood right here. And this is a big tract home community right here in Oceanside. It's centrally located. All of the communities we're diving into today are within 25 minutes of the beach. So if you are on the western portion of this neighborhood, you're actually going to be a lot closer. The furthest out neighborhood is about 24 minutes out, right straight shot down the 76 freeway. So we will get there. Rancho del Oro, you're seeing it say Ivy Ranch here as well. That is a certain section of this as well. Rancho del Oro is a bigger community over here. In this community in Oceanside, we're looking at about 2,600 homes for Rancho del Oro proper. Ivy Ranch, you're going to add another handful on top of that since they are 2 separate communities. But all of this area was built out, a lot of it was built out in the late 80s. So that's the style of housing you're going to get when you go into Rancho del Oro in here. And it's separated into 7 different little villages. So this is all within a master plan community HOA. Looking at the big picture for Rancho del Oro, there's no like meeting spot. There's no, central area with a fitness club or anything like that. But they are taking care of a lot of the central landscaping. But one thing about Rancho del Oro, so you're not going to find like this central park right here. So Rancho del Oro Community Park, you have a bunch of tennis courts, big green area, that kind of thing right next to one of the elementary schools up here. The YMCA is to the north up here. But there's no other really big parks within this community. Now there's one that they're potentially going to be building out, but what you will find as you go into some of these communities is like these awesome little community pocket parks. So there's a ton of these where if you're living in this community, you got kids, you're going to walk down here. Some are bigger, some are smaller, all kinds of different sizes, but you're going to find a lot of those throughout a lot of Rancho del Oro. Now, as you're going through, you're going to see a lot of the same style houses, a lot of the same style neighborhoods. There's not too much difference from village to village up here. As you go in through different ones, this is where you're going to get the difference is in size, is in rooms, is in, kind of location within the community. Now, typical sizes of homes and whatnot, as you're going through here, you're going to find anywhere between like 1,500 square foot on the smaller range up to about 3,000 square foot, maybe 3,500 square foot in some specific areas. But you're going to find lot sizes are not going to be too big as well. So as you're looking at the overhead here, they're not tiny. So in the 80s, when they built it out, you do have some good lot sizes, and it's really going to come down to where you are in the community. So like brand new communities, like the one I'm going to show you here in a little bit, those lots are going to be much smaller. It's going to be much tighter in there. If you came here and you're like, wow, compare this neighborhood to that neighborhood, you're going to be like, wow, this is roomy up here. And one of the best things about this neighborhood for being centrally located, for being somewhat coastal, you're looking at a lot of other areas compared like North County areas that are still coastal. There's still some affordability right in here. You could look at some of those smaller houses like 1,600 square foot, and you're going to be getting them. There's been a handful recently over these past few months. I was just looking it up before we filmed that have sold right around that $800,000 mark. Now, those are on the lower range. As you get into, you're looking at 900,000, a little bit more, but you will find some of that. There's not too many sub-$1 million communities right here in North County, San Diego that are also somewhat coastal. Now, as far as convenience factor, like I said, you are centrally located in Oceanside, so you do have a lot of ways to get around. You can take Mesa Drive, goes pretty far down into there, but the main other drags are going to be Oceanside Boulevard right here. To the north is the 76 freeway right up this way. To the south, you have the 78 freeway going east to west. And then the main drag as far as the north-south freeway is going to be the 5. Now, there is a little shopping center right down here where you're going to find like your general stuff. You're going to find like your Albertsons, a few little different places, a little Planet Fitness, a few different places to eat, a few little restaurants, Enzo's Barbecue. They actually just opened one of those in Encinitas too. Awesome little spot. I love the vibe in there. Love the little area. I haven't been to this Oceanside one, but awesome food too. So really cool people working there as well. So go check that out if you're in there. And then one of my other favorites, you guys are gonna laugh, but upper crust pizza. I don't know. I love upper crust pizza. Grew up, this was where like we went a lot of times growing up as a kid. And it's not like if you're looking at pizza and you're East Coast, if you're coming from the East Coast, probably don't go there. It's not that style. It's more, it's like a thicker, it's kind of, a little greasy. I dig it. Anyways, been there for birthdays and all kinds of fun stuff. They have a few around town. So anyways, go there, just explore it, and then let me know. Give me your feedback because I want to know what you guys think of upper crust pizza. But, date nights and stuff, if you want to go out with the wife, with the husband, with the spouse, you're going to be likely going down to downtown Oceanside. There's been a huge revitalization of downtown Oceanside over these past few years. There's even some staycations that you could have at these 2 hotels right here. If you wanted just a night away, like right on the coast, you go stay at one of the 2 hotels, the Seabird or the Mission right here. But then you got a bunch of walking around area, a bunch of places to check out down in this downtown area of Oceanside. Craft Coast, if you just want to go grab a beer and a taco. I believe that's right. Let's see if we could find it in here. It's right in this brick building, right down at the bottom here. You can't really see it, but I believe it's in that one right there. Knockout Pizza. There's a bunch of old school places that have been here for a while too. Once you get to North Coast Highway right here, this is where you're going to find a lot of other things popping up as well. But you're going to find a lot of newer spots, a lot different vibe than we've seen over these past handful of years going in downtown Oceanside. So it's a cool spot to check out for sure. And people are like, where's the best beach in Oceanside? It's probably going to be the closest beach to you. So if you're living in Rancho del Oro, you actually have a few options. You can go straight down here by the pier. You can go north to the harbor, which is just a nice wide open beach up there. As you go south, you're going to find some hidden secret little beaches that are not touristy, that are going to be a little quieter. So you have all of that right there. As far as like big box stores and the Home Depots, the Targets, and all that kind of stuff. Let's just pop that in here and show you where all those are so you can see where you're going to be going for those. So just to the north, you have a Target, little Target Mobile down here. So there's also a Target over in Vista. But off this 76 up here to the north, that's where you're going to find a lot of these places that I'm going to be popping up right now. Like another one you might want to need, especially if you're doing some DIY projects, is going to be Home Depot. So you're going to see Home Depot to the north, a Lowe's to the north, Home Depot to the south. So there's nothing like right within Rancho del Oro, but you will find not too far away, 5-10 minutes, you're going to be good to go. Trader Joe's, nothing right within the community. One down to the south in the shopping center here. You're going to find a Sprouts down there. There's another Sprouts right over here. So you will find those as well. And one other great amenity to have right here, right up the road from Rancho del Oro, as you see in the SoCal Sports Complex, you'll see a bunch of like soccer tournaments. I know Cassidy on this channel, he's been down here for countless tournaments, but my family and I, we just went to right here. This is all built out now. This is all parking lot, but is Front Wave Arena. So they have events there, but this is also where the San Diego Sockers, which is a local indoor soccer team, play. We went to that a few weeks ago. It was super fun. Indoor soccer. The venue's brand new, so it is a cool place to just go check out with family. They have family passes where we just went to the G League, so the NBA G League Clippers play there as well. And we just went to one of those games, got the family pass, and it comes with a hot dog, a popcorn, a drink. It's a smaller arena, so like it's not going to get super packed. I think they were saying max capacity is like 7,000 or something like that. This is probably about half full when we went. So easy to get, go grab your beverage, go grab your food. There's like not a ton of lines. Awesome spot and a cool amenity to have right near this little area of Oceanside. Now from Rancho del Oro, we are going to go to the north a little bit, but there's a bunch of other neighborhoods within Oceanside, especially if you want more coastal as you're going into some of these areas down here that we can dive into. If you still want, like I said, Oceanside is going to be one of the most affordable coastal cities right here in North County, San Diego. So if you want to dive into more of those and pick our brain, because the next ones we're going to go a little bit further east, you got to reach out, call, text, email. We'll hop on a Zoom call, get you dialed in, and help you figure out which is the perfect neighborhood for you. I'm Chris Erickson, and we got a local real estate crew right here in San Diego, so we got your back when making the move here to San Diego. Before we get into the next neighborhood, if you guys are thinking about moving to San Diego and you want to know everything you need to know about moving here, feel free to download our free relocation guide. It gives you everything, insight into schools, into neighborhoods, into things to do, everything you need to know about moving right here to San Diego. Next neighborhood is going to be where it says the Greens up here. Let's see what actually outlines when it says the Greens. So it's just putting a little dot on there, but it's at a neighborhood called Arrowwood. And Arrowwood is kind of a hidden community out here. It's all surrounding the Arrowwood golf course, which I still haven't played. I just got invited there the other day, but I had to make some videos for you guys, so I couldn't make it out there. My brother invited me out there. I think it was my brother, maybe my pops. Anyways, I think they were both going, but it's an awesome facility out here where you have a driving range right here, and they have some of those trackers. They have a little bar area right over this way, but you could get these cabanas, not cabanas, but like shaded structures. They could track your balls and whatnot over there. And then the course just is gorgeous. So it's really well taken care of. Looks nice. It's right within this community. It's not like a country club. It's not like a membership to join. It is open to the public. So you guys could go hit around there. If you're looking in this area, go play around. You can see a bunch of houses around there. Go check it out. But it's an awesome little spot. But as we're going into the neighborhood, so it's going to be a little bit newer than Rancho del Oro, but once again, it is also a master plan community. So a lot of this was built out in the early 2000s, a little bit different style than Rancho del Oro, obviously a little bit newer, a little bit more modern, even though now we're, 20, 25 years when it was, 20 years ago when it was built, but a little different color palette. The roads are a little newer. So the price point is also a little bit more expensive than Rancho del Oro, where Rancho del Oro starting price points are in the $800,000 to $900,000 range. Once you get in here, you're looking about probably 1.2-ish for that starting price point. But the houses in here are bigger too, anywhere between like 2,500 to 4,000 square foot houses. On paper, they're going to be a little bit bigger, but as you can see, a lot of the lot is taken up by the house. So not a ton of big backyards, not a ton of pools, all of that kind of stuff. You're going to find one-offs here and there, but there's not a ton of that right here in Arrowwood. But you do have little gorgeous views of the golf course if you are right on there. And those are the ones that you're going to pay a bit of a premium for as well. Ones on the golf course, ones with views, ones with the bigger yards, all that kind of stuff. So this one, you're a little bit further out than Rancho del Oro. You're a little bit further north. You're a little bit further off the 76. You're a little bit further from all the freeways. Let's just get you north to south. So we're looking right here where it says the Greens. So if you need to commute, if you need to travel to different areas of San Diego for work, let's say you're living up there, you need to go to like Sorrento Valley, which is down here. That's going to be a decent commute where you're going to 76. Then you got to go down the 5, depending on what time you're going to work. Yeah, you're going to have some traffic going through there. So it doesn't, it's still in San Diego, but we are pretty far north up here. So that is one of the cons. And there's no direct amenities right within here as far as like shopping and this and that. But if you just shoot down to the 76, there's a shopping center here. That's where one of the Targets is. That's where one of the Sprouts is. There's a few chain restaurants and that kind of stuff up here. As you go further up the road, definitely In and Out, go hit that up. That's where you're going to find 24-hour fitness up here as well. So up and down the 76 freeway. It's a highway. It's freeway, highway. So it's one of the main thoroughfares, but as you're going down, you're going to find lights. So it does get somewhat congested as you're going through here too. It's, travels pretty quick, but you're going to run into lights, especially during rush hours and all that kind of stuff. It's not as crazy as like some of the other freeways where you're having three freeways meet and it's getting super busy, but you will just something to be aware of if you are living out that way. If you have kids, you're living out in Arrowwood. It's in Oceanside, but it's actually feeding to the Bonsall schools. So one of the schools, Bonsall West Elementary, is right in here. And you're like, okay, where's the Bonsall? I've never even heard of Bonsall. Bonsall's the next little city out here. So let me circle that for you. And now we have the Bonsall. This is the Bonsall School District popped up. So Bonsall's right out here. The border goes right over here, but it's encompassing, as you can see, all this Arrowwood community as well as a few other communities out in Oceanside. So if you're looking out here, just be aware, it doesn't feed to Oceanside School District. You're going to an entirely different school district. And one other community that is brand new, that is being built. And before I get into that, one other thing about Oceanside. You see Camp Pendleton up here to the north? This is all a military base. So during certain times, they're going to be doing testing out there, and you're going to be here, like wherever you're living. I hear it even down south, even when I lived like further down south in San Diego. I'm in Encinitas now, but even when I was further south than that, you hear like this big percussive sound, boom, like what is that? Especially if you don't know. One of the first persons we helped move into Rancho del Oro or into Oceanside from this YouTube channel, moved to Rancho del Oro, and they're standing in the backyard. They're like, what is that noise? And it's them doing testing out at Camp Pendleton. So it's all up here to the north. I'm not sure exactly where the testing is, but there is the website that you can go to. It tells you what days they're doing it, just to be aware. But obviously, the further north you go, the louder it's going to be. And especially up here, you're gonna hear it up in that area as well. So that's just something to be aware of. If you didn't know about Camp Pendleton, you didn't know about those noises, now we got your back. So let's dive into the next neighborhood, which is going to be popping up just south of Arrowwood. And this community is called North River Farms. You can see it's not even popping up right now. There we go. This is, when you look at it on a map, brand new construction. So we were just filming out the other day. We were going up North River Farms, got some footage, which we'll throw in right now. A lot of this is not built out right now, but they are doing pre-sales and stuff. So we're going to dive in and show you a house, show you price points, show you the different neighborhoods so you get a good idea. If you want new construction and you want brand new community amenities, which is when they're building these new communities in San Diego, even though there's not a ton of new communities, they're adding these awesome amenities within the communities. So we'll get into all that. But a lot of this is still dirt. We were out there probably 2 months ago, and it was still dirt. There was no model homes like complete, but I'm going to tour you through one right now. We filmed right up here looking back. Ton of work going on out there, obviously, but it's still under construction. So first off, getting into the amenities for this community. So North River Farms, they're going to have a swimming pool, nice big kind of clubhouse area, and you can see the modern, you can see the new construction. When you get into the houses, it's going to be a little tighter in there. There's no rendition of that yet, but just compared to other neighborhoods that we just covered, it will be a little tighter in there for sure. You have a park, you have a little playground and park going for the kiddos. You have pickleball courts next to the pool. Here's a little bit of rendition. You can see kind of how it's going to be built, but a little bit tighter than a lot of the other areas. Now let's jump into one of the houses. So here's one of the houses. This is one of the bigger ones where we're looking at 5-bedroom, 5.5 bathroom, 4,435 square foot, all for $1.5 million. And now when you look at that footprint and you look at that square footage and you look at that price, that's fairly good. That's a pretty darn good price for brand new construction right here in San Diego. Now, over these next few years, this community is going to be under construction. So it's just something to be aware of. But nonetheless, if you want brand new homes, there's not a ton of them right here in San Diego. So this could be a good idea. Now, when you walk up to the front door, you're going to have door number 1. You're going to have door number 2. So how they're building a lot of these new homes is with their like generational living in mind. So maybe a family member living at the home with you. This one is going to be no different. So this is one of the separate entrances where you have a smaller living room here, a little fridge, little kitchenette kind of in here. As you're going into your bathroom right there, you do have, let's go across here. Oh no, I think that was a closet, but because the bathroom is right up here. Nice little shower, but a little bedroom in here. So you do have that going on in this. So this is going to be one of the bedrooms in there. As we go out the front door, oh, we can't go in there. There we go. Let's go in the other door. All right, now you're in the main house. As you're going through, if you go down this way, that's going to be where we just came in through. Another half bath down here. And you walk in, nice big entrance here, a little kind of open area. Then here's kind of the main living area. So big space, kitchen, or sorry, living room, dining room, kitchen. So as we go upstairs, here's where all the bedrooms are. Now we're upstairs, all swinging around. Big loft up here. You have the primary. You have a bedroom right there. You have a bedroom right here. You have a bedroom right here. So these two bedrooms are going to share a bathroom in here. And just be aware as you're looking at model homes and you're looking at new construction, when you're looking at the models, they're dialed in. They're like all the upgrades. They're going to be more expensive than that ticket price that you see, but they do make it look pretty darn nice. This isn't even a model home. This is just computer, obviously, but this is a pretty good rendition of what you're going to see when you go in there. Bathroom. As you go into this other side over here, looks like most of the rooms have their own bathroom, which is pretty nice. Here's another room with a little closet, a little bathroom in there as well. Let's go over to the primary, show you across. So nice little lounge up here, if you will, a nice little loft going into the primary, bigger room over here. As you go into the bathroom, you can see it's a pretty good space. Obviously 4,000 plus square foot. You're going to have a lot of room in here. So easy, going to have nice big closets on either side. And so in there, you're going to have 5 communities: Cypress, Monterey, Magnolia, Mahogany, Monarch, ranging from $1.1 million in the low end to that was one of the bigger ones that we just saw, into the low $1.5 million. And just hopping back over to Google Maps, just want to show you, it's not a huge footprint. There's not, a ton of homes, but brand new construction in San Diego, it's a decent sized footprint, especially if you're driving in. If you're driving out there, it's a lot bigger when you're actually on the ground looking around. So there's going to be a big chunks of houses out there. But look at this whole Oceanside area out here. As they're building this out, there's still like farmland out here. There's still space out here, which most of this area all used to be, obviously, before it started expanding to the east. This used to be open farmland right here where North River Farms is going to be. So anyways, that's kind of that vibe out there. That's kind of what you're going to find as you go further to the east in Oceanside. But you'll probably start seeing more of these newer construction communities popping up from time to time. And just let me zoom you out just so you could see where it is. North River Farms is going to be right in here. You're going to be a little bit probably on the same time frame going to the beach as Arrowwood right up here. You're about 24, 25 minutes down to the harbor, but you could hit up a ton of other beaches from there as well. If you want to go south, if you want to go to Carlsbad, any of those areas, if you want to go downtown, Village of Carlsbad, all that is right there as well. And if you're looking at these areas and these price points and you're like, I wonder if there's more options, if there's other areas, there definitely are other areas we could point you in the right direction. So you're like, I do like that, but I want to be somewhere different. I want to be in San Marcos. I want to be in Poway's, whatever that is. We can find these same type of neighborhoods for you. So got to reach out, call, text, or email Chris Erickson, a real estate agent right here in San Diego. And we got your back when making the move here in San Diego.